Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Logic Medico. Today's interesting topic is Flexor carpi radialis. So this Flexor carpi radialis is one of the muscle of the anterior compartment of forearm. This muscle belongs to superficial flexors. So let's see about this muscle under the following heading. What is the location, what is the origin, what is the insertion, nerve supply, and of course the action of this muscle. So under these headings we are going to deal the flexor carpi radialis. So let's understand by drawing a diagram. This is the lower end of the humerus. I have just shown the exaggerated version of the medial epicondyle because the origin of this muscle is from medial epicondyle of humerus. Since the name tells flexor carpi radialis, I'll just show radius bone of the forearm and I will show the metacarpals, the bases of second and third metacarpal, because only that is sufficient. The first metacarpal, which is towards the thumb side, I am not going to show here. Okay, this is the second and third metacarpal, second and third metacarpal. I'll just label this as third, and this is the second metacarpals. Both of these are metacarpals. Okay, so I just shown the radius bone. Why I will tell you, and I will just shown second and third metacarpal. Okay, so let's see this muscle's origin and insertion. The flexor carpi radialis takes origin from the anterior surface of the medial epicondyle. It is called common flexor origin because the same is the origin for pronator teres, palmaris longus, flexor digitorum superficialis, and flexor carpi ulnaris. Therefore, it's called as common flexor origin. So, flexor carpi radialis takes origin from common flexor origin. As the name suggests, it is a flexor muscle. It will travel across the radius to ultimately get attached to these two bones. What are those two bones? The base of second and third metacarpals. That is the insertion. So, origin, insertion is completed. So the origin is common flexor origin. The insertion is base of the second and the third metacarpal bones. So to show muscle in brown color and the nerve supply in yellow color. Okay. Nerve supply for this is median nerve. So why it's called median nerve? Because it's running in the middle of the forearm. So the median nerve is the nerve supplying flexor carpi radialis. What is the action of flexor carpi radialis? The action of flexor carpi radialis can easily be understood by knowing that it is crossing the front of the elbow, so it can bend the elbow. That is flexion of the elbow. It is crossing the front of the wrist joint, so it can bend the wrist, so it can flex the wrist joint. Also, it is on the lateral aspect of the wrist, so it can move the wrist and the hand more laterally. That is called abduction of the wrist. So I'll repeat one more time the action. It is crossing the front of the elbow, so it can cause flexion of the elbow. It is crossing the front of the wrist, so it can cause flexion of the wrist joint. It is on the lateral aspect, so how do you tell it's on lateral aspect? Flexor carpi radialis. So you can see flexor carpi radialis. It's on lateral only, na? Lateral to the wrist, so it can cause abduction of the wrist joint. So these are the actions possible by flexor carpi radialis. Nerve supply is median nerve because it's running in the middle of the forearm. Thank you for watching Logic Medico and learning from here. Don't forget to press the thumbs up button. Share this video with your family and friends. Thank you once again for watching and learning from Logic Medico.